thought today I would share some tips on writing effective YouTube scripts, because as a YouTube consultant, I see some terrible examples of where people have got it wrong, and I don't want you to make the same mistakes. So I'm going to share my screen and take you through a couple of different ways to structure your scripts and the pros and cons of both of them, and my very strong recommendation for one of them. So let's see if I can get the screen shared. There we go, that one, I think. Yeah, okay, so this is a traditional script structure that people have been using on YouTube for many years. And in fact, at one time, when YouTube was all about views as opposed to watch time, it was quite effective, and it's become a bit of a habit. Let's just go through each step and talk a little bit about them. So the first thing that most people do when they set up a YouTube channel is they go on to Fiverr or equivalent and have a logo designed, and then commission somebody to make what we call a logo stinger. You've probably seen them, logos spinning round, hoops of fire, motorbikes, explosions, dramatic music. It's amazing what you can get for $5 or $10 now, and they typically last somewhere between 5, 10, 15. I've even seen 20-second ones, and people are very, very proud of these. They absolutely love them. They've spent money on them, and they're very, very proud of their logo. And sorry to break it to you, but nobody in the world cares about your logo apart from you. But hey, you've got it. You're going to show it off at the beginning of every single video that you make. And then, of course, once you've done your logo stinger, it's all about you, isn't it? Because it's called YouTube, therefore it must be about you. So definitely want to spend a good couple of minutes talking about you, sort of potted life history, and you know why you're making this video. All about you. Don't ever consider your audience. It's all about you. And then, of course, once you've done the stuff all about you, little bit of a life story, then it's time to start begging, isn't it? So because that's going to help my channel grow. Please subscribe, because that's going to help me build a big following. Write things in the comments field. Go to Patreon, give me some money. If you'd like to buy my ebook or enroll on my high value course, then go to my website. Fantastic. Spend plenty of time begging. Digital begging or selling, you know, same thing. Spend plenty of time talking about that. And then once that's all out of the way, now it's time to get down to your valuable content and deliver the payload. So get that delivered. And then, of course, we're into the sign off. So that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Next week, we'll be talking about XYZ. And don't forget to like, subscribe, get a bit more begging in at the end. And then once all that's done, it's time to bring on the pre-recorded 20-second end screen, which again tells them to subscribe and then, you know, watch another video and go to your website and buy all of your stuff that you've obviously been talking about at length in your valuable content instead of adding value. So that's the way it used to be done. And I'm going to show you what typically happens when you go and look at the retention curve for a video made with a traditional script structure. This is going to be an example from a real life client who I won't name. But first of all, I'm going to give you an example of a script that I wrote this morning, conforming to this traditional structure, so we can compare it and contrast it with the structure that I'm going to show you later. So here's a very quick contrived example. So we're going to do a video about microwaving baby artichokes, vegetable, isn't it? So first of all, we'd have a 10-second logo stinger. Then I'd introduce myself. Hi, I'm Pete. I've been a professional chef for 20 years. Anyone that's been around for dinner will know that's not true. Subscribe, like, go to my Patreon, follow me on Twitter, buy my stuff, go to my website, etc., etc. Now we get to the payload. Today, I'm going to show you how to cook a baby artichoke in the microwave. And then I will go on at length and tell you what I've just told you I'm going to do. Tell you about what I've just told you what I'm going to do. Then at the end, I'm going to say thank you for watching. That's all for today. Bye for now. But if you'd like to learn how to cook something else, then tune in next week, etc., etc. And then I'm going to go into my 20-second end screen, which is just going to be on there, and it's going to tell people to subscribe and go to my website. That's a typical script. Problem is, most people won't even see your valuable content at step 4 because they would have tuned out way before step 3, probably before step 2, and very often before they finish watching your 10-second logo stinger. Let's have a look at a retention curve from a video made with this kind of structure. It really is shocking. So people will start to watch the video and then very, very quickly realize they're out of here. And look at this. This is an 8-minute video, or nearly 9-minute video. And by the end of the first minute, there's almost nobody there. That is just appalling. And this matters because remember what we said about in other videos, YouTube's all about watch time. And it may have an 8-minute video, but if only 8% of it is being watched, then less than a minute of it is really being attributed to view time. This is appalling. This is one of the worst examples that I've ever seen, to be honest. Although sometimes, as I say, even before the logo sting has gone, then everybody else has gone too. So what I want to do now is introduce you to an alternative, and we're going to call this one Pete's value bomb structure. So let's have a look what a value bomb structure looks like in contrast. Ooh, far fewer components. In fact, there's only 3. First one is the hook. I'm going to show you an example of a hook. This is to get them hooked into watching the video. Then we're going to move into the valuable content. And throughout the valuable content, we're going to sprinkle salt. Now, salt is, it comes from the saying that you can't lead a horse to, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Well, you can if you put salt in it. So what we want to do is keep people thirsty for the next part of the video. And then at the end, when we get onto our end screen, we're not actually going to stop with the content and have an end screen which has been pre-recorded at the end. We're going to sell them on the components of the end screen, which are not going to be subscribe or go to my website, but are going to be watch the next video. So let's just put this in context by actually showing you a script that I've written using this kind of structure. So first of all, the hook here is going to be, let's go on here. Here's the hook. This is what we would call an NLP pattern interrupt. If anybody's done NLP training, it basically means that you jolt people out of their current state, make them prick their ears up and put them in a state of intrigue so that they literally cannot help but watch next. So if you open a video with something like, so I put the baby in the microwave and you should do too, that's going to shock people. I mean, what are you talking about? Putting a baby in the microwave? That's ridiculous. You know, I have to know what on earth is going on. This crazy mad fool is putting a baby in the microwave and he's trying to get me to do the same thing. Okay. And then we move on and the rest of the script. I came home late and couldn't be bothered to cook a proper meal. So I put the baby Artichoke in the microwave and you'll never guess what happened. You won't believe your eyes. So I'm telling a little bit of a story here and I'm saying that you won't believe your eyes, and therefore there's an intrigue there that they want to see what happens next. So you show them. As you can see, it's perfect, but before you try it, there's a couple of things you must know. Some more salt. So, you know, don't go away and stop watching the video now. You've got to watch these extra 2 points, and then I'll talk about whatever the 2 points are. And then at the end, you don't say thank you. What you would do rather than having an end screen is, which pops up at the end of when you're speaking, you just say, if you'd like to learn to cook beef, watch this video now. And then you place the end screen elements over the top of the video before the video is actually finished. If you want to do, give people a choice, you could say, if you want to learn how to cook beef, watch this video. If you want to learn how to cook lamb, watch this video. I'm making this up as I'm going along. The content doesn't matter. It's the structure that I'm trying to impress on you is useful. And then if you do this, you'll notice that you get much better retention. In other words, people don't drop off as quickly. A higher percentage of your video will be watched and the retention curve will be far less aggressive in decline. So here's one from one of my channels using roughly that kind of structure. and we can see that although we get a little bit of a drop off at the beginning, most people watch most of the video. Okay, it's a video that's only a minute long, but you can see I have 57 seconds of average view duration here on a video that's less than a minute. If we go back to the other one, 54 seconds of average view duration on a video that's lasting nearly 9 minutes. So this structure is very clean, and it tends to lead to a much better retention curve. Yes, I may get fewer subscribers. I doubt it. I never ask for subscribers on any of my videos, but even if you don't get so many subscribers, who cares about subscribers? Subscribers are inevitable. If you do a good job, you'll get better retention, you'll get better watch time, and you'll get more views and more watch time on your videos as a consequence, because the algorithm will love your videos and start recommending them to other people. So that was just a short one. So remember, don't need all that lot. Keep it nice and simple. Hook, value bomb, end screen, finished. And never say goodbye. When you finish talking, just shut up.